John Rondo, and this is a miss attainable houses. Great news for anyone looking for affordable housing in the Orlando area. Shaq dropped the price, Tracy, on his 31,000 square foot mansion. It's from $28 million. Now it's just $21.9 million.
One of us up here could afford that house.
I spent a lot of time in that house.
I was going to say, and in that gym. It's a nice house. Even I've been there. He held his retirement announcement there and all sorts of stuff. It's lovely.
Tracy, it's priced to move.
Is it though? Plus, everything's very big.
Yes.
How big do you think that bathtub is, right? I don't know. It's both close and far from Auburndale, right? In every way. Also, we have make attainable houses. Daniel House dropping 39 points in the G League last night, including 10 threes and the game winner. So, Brian, this was the whole thing. They would not give this guy an NBA contract to the level that he wanted. So they had this standoff, and they were like, fine, go back to the G League.
Yeah, this is what Adam Silver would call an unintended consequence of the two-way deal. There's a whole bunch of teams who would like to sign him out there, but the Rockets have him under contract, and because he's used up his days, this is unfortunate. I hope they work it out by the end of the season. He deserves to be in the NBA.
Okay. Make deliveries. This UPS man makes a delivery, and then he sees a basketball hoop off to the side, decides to get some shots up. Even Steve Kerr was loving this on social yesterday. What do you think, T-Mac?
Hey, man, he had a YMCA game. He was just getting out some shots.
I don't know. Our friend Dave McMenamin pointed out he let himself in on a miss and then walked away.
Well,
I don't know about
the house next door.
Hey, 0 for 2 right now. Let's see. Did he make one, at least?
He did make one, I think.
No?
Oh,
he left on 0 for 3. Never leave on misses.
I don't know. I think next time they should leave some snacks or something out for him.
If he delivered to here, he'd be shooting at these baskets over here.
That's right, but not as well as Tracy does. Miss rules. Mississippi State, Georgia. This tie game, less than a second left. One of the Bulldogs misses the front, right? But a fan threw something on the court, and Georgia, the home team, was assessed a technical. Mississippi State ends up winning after making the free throw. What if it's a Mississippi State fan who threw the object? We don't know.
You think a Mississippi State fan went to Georgia in the middle of a week in February?
No chance.
Are you with the way? You people have not spent enough time around the SEC.
Oh, okay.
You don't think people travel for these stuff? They do.
I think that he should retire for the rest of the season, protect his arm for the future.
Well, we're going to talk about that. Make drip! Oh, yeah. Barack Obama at the game last night, UNC Duke, wore the dope bomber jacket, 44 on it, little rag and bone action. T-Mac, do you have one of those with a number 1 or something?
No, but I wish that number said 45.
Barack, by the way, the first one to point out his shoe broke, right, of the Zion incident.
It's unfortunate for Nike.
Said the Adidas guy on our set. I'm liking that jacket, though.
Laughed this whole show.
A good fit from the president. That's all I'm saying. All right, I do got to run back. Scotty and T-Mac, by the way, we were talking about this whole Zion incident about a month ago, January 15th, and just with the idea that something like this might happen, listen to what our guys said.
I think he's definitely going to be the number 1 pick. I mean, I think he's done enough for basketball, college basketball, that it's more about him personally now. And I think for him as a young player, that I would shut it down.
Now let me
you would stop playing.
Let me ask you this though, Scotty.
I would stop playing because I feel that he could risk a major injury that could really hurt his career.
And Tracy, you followed it up by saying in the moment, you were like, hey, all these college football players aren't playing in bowl games. Right? Now, Paul George said he called Nike to get some information on how the shoe did what it did. What do you think now that you've seen all of this? A month ago, you were saying maybe he should
and because he was healthy and he started out the season, healthy. I was a little on the fence about him shutting it down because he started, off the season playing well. But when Scotty brought it up, and I was like, okay, well, he has the machine behind him. He's the hype man of college basketball right now. He is going to be the number 1 pick, no doubt about that. Why risk, playing your college career and risk an injury? And this happened last night. So I'm like, this is what Scotty was talking about. This is what we were talking about. This guy's going to be the number 1 pick. So now that, we don't know the severity of his injury from last night.
It's pretty mild in the end.
But it could have been worse. So what do you do moving forward? There's no way this kid should suit up.
I think he should do whatever he wants. Because,
well, of course.
Because he, as you said, he is the #1 pick. I think virtually any injury he would have, he would be the #1 pick anyway. And I think, no matter what injury he would have.
Let's say he blows out his Achilles.
Right.
He's the #1 pick.
No way.
I disagree. I think there's such a demand for this guy, and he's shown so much that
he's
he can be the #1 pick.
285.
Hey, I'm just saying, if he doesn't play again, I'll be like, cool, man. But he gets to make the choice on his own. He gets to do what he wants.
He does, but let's not forget. I mean, the right choice for him is to not play.
Well, that's a good point. If you can argue that.
Kyrie, how many games Kyrie played? Like 9 games?
Six. Maybe 9, yeah. Maybe.
Shut it down. And he was what, the #1 pick?
Yeah, you can say that that's the right choice, and I appreciate that. But I'm just saying, if he wants to play, let him play. I honestly don't. I think he is the rare situation where he's so in demand that he has the freedom to do whatever he wants.
I mean, yeah, first of all, he has the freedom to do whatever he wants. Yes, he should do whatever he wants. That's the name of the game, obviously. But look, it's hard to ignore the fact that everybody is making money off of this kid except for Zion Williamson, right? Everyone benefits here except for him. His benefit is going to come later. That doesn't mean that he hasn't loved his time at Duke, right? He's been very vocal about how much fun it's been, how much he loves his teammates, learning under Coach K. So he's been getting something out of it. He could be getting many millions of dollars plus all of that out of it, by the way, or at least more than he is getting. That being said, I don't know. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to think that this system is something that he should keep putting his energy and time and body into.
My thing is now, because it's going to be such a high demand from the shoe companies. Now, Duke is a Nike school, right? He wears Nike. He blew out his shoe wearing Nike.
And who's making the money off that? And who made that decision?
So I will change college basketball, right? They don't pay me to wear Nikes. They pay the school. They pay Coach K.
Now's a good day to negotiate with Nike. By the way,
I am switching it up. I am not wearing Nikes the next time. If I step on the basketball court.
You're a little biased in this conversation, but I get it.
I'm not even saying wearing Adidas.
Right.
I'm creating a shoe war.
Right.
Because of what happened last night.
Now that's interesting.
Turn it on them.
Oh, sure.
Look,
now that's interesting.
There are a lot of people. You saw the tweets from some of the players.
There is a contract that says the Duke players have to wear Nike shoes.
I don't have to do anything. They're not paying me.
Right.
I don't have to do anything. They're not paying me.
You saw the tweets from NBA players we just put up there. Donovan Mitchell making the argument of, hey, no one's paying this kid. Why is everybody, why is he in this position? Luka Doncic, of course, joking, well, he should play. Everyone should be playing in Europe anyway. Boogie Cousins, on the other hand, he had some words about college basketball. Take a listen.
Well, knowing what I know now, college is bull. College basketball, the NCAA is bull. So, my advice to him is do what's best for you and your family. Obviously, college it can't really, it does nothing for you at this point. You've proven you're, the #1 pick coming out. You've proven your talent. You're ready for the next level.
And by the way, there's an in-between here, right? So I like college basketball. I think it's really fun.
Love it.
I also think the system is deeply flawed, and that people like Zion Williamson can get caught in the crevice of those faults. They can get caught in the earthquake of those faults, and that we're lucky he didn't get more seriously hurt.
So I actually, in general, I agree. I generally agree that the NCAA is what he said. But I actually think that this has really made Zion profit because of how dominant he has been at Duke on national television every couple of days. A whole new slew of highlights. And I know we had him in high school, but now we've had him on national TV for millions of eyes. I think that is going to make him more money in endorsement contracts. I think the endorsement game will be higher. Just like I would say that LeBron playing on ESPN and excelling as an 18-year-old made him millions of dollars on his shoe contract. Had he not been that, he wouldn't have gotten as much money. Again, I don't mean in the blanket case for all players. I don't mean that this happened for Boogie or this happened for Cam Reddish. But for Zion Williamson, in this particular case, I actually think that Duke has really helped him and probably will earn him tens of millions, help him earn tens of millions more when the shoe deal happens.
He should be benefiting financially right now.
He could sign a shoe deal today. He could play a pro.
Think about the attention and the people
it wouldn't be the worst
that come
idea
out
after that.
to see this guy play. Barack
Obama.
But
Ken Griffey Jr.
But
and Spike Lee,
right.
and the ticket prices that they had last.
and all of that only makes him more valuable.
This wasn't a normal UNC Duke
I know, and I think
rivalry game. No, they came to see
doesn't that make the people
Williamson.
I agree, and doesn't that drive the price up for New Balance, for Puma, for Adidas?
No, I think,
Nike?
and by the way, you made your own point against yourself because LeBron had those highlights in high school.
Yep.
Zion had those highlights in high school.
Yep.
He could have gone straight to the pros and had a huge shoe deal off those highlights in high school, playing on national television in high school.
You got to change the rule.
And LeBron could have maybe even gotten more if he had played for 6 months in college.
I don't know. He got a lot coming out, and he got a lot less than Zion got.
I just think there's two conversations. Zion exists even outside the normal college.
That I think is true. Man, this is going to be so interesting to see what happens next with this kid. I just know he's coming to the league. Coming up, we're going to discuss Kyrie's reaction to the internet's reaction to his multiple bromance moments with his, quote, best friend, KD.